Hello and welcome to this handy dandy video tutorial about our Algebra 1 program. Technically, this could be applied to geometry as well as Algebra 2. It's all part of our individually paced mastery-based program. And the goal of this is you've received this letter that kind of explains in writing the elements. Sometimes it's easy. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And getting a quick snapshot of what these different elements that we're speaking of might look like could help you as a parent have some talking points, have some greater understanding about what it is your daughter is experiencing. So this is the objective. Thank you for committing 9 minutes and 59 seconds of your life into learning more about the math program here at Carondelet. So just a very quick overview. We're going to give you basically the different pieces to the program, and it all starts here with the different tools that we use. The first tool that we use is a composition notebook. That sounds very old school. It is very old school, and it is very intentional. We want them to have this one spot that is dedicated just to math, in which they're going to be able to take notes on all the things that they're doing, and in fact have some exercises and a place for math. And that is, I think, I keep emphasizing for math. The idea is that this not be shared with English, with big history, with all the other things that are going on at school. They should really have one notebook just for math. Then they have their iPad. Their iPad is assigned by the school, but it is the gateway to all the online platforms that we use here at Carondelet, one of which is the electronic notebook that they use for the collaborative exercises, for the things that they submit. So they have this old school notebook that's theirs and their personal hub of learning, but they also have the electronic one where they handwrite certain exercise, they work together, and then they submit that online. They will also have access to all the different elements of the program, some of which is just going to connect to the video tutorial lessons that are built and curated by our very own Mary Beth Dietrich, who has her own channel, but who has created specific short videos that introduce every single concept that they're going to need along a new concept in algebra. So all of these pieces, be it the Schoology learning management system, the little cursory tools like Flipgrid and GoFormative that help us introduce other ways for them to demonstrate mastery. Flipgrid being a video platform where they can then create their own videos and show and demonstrate that they have learned some content, or GoFormative where they can test the tests. So I mentioned Schoology in one of these online portals. That is something that you're probably already familiar with because all their classes run through Schoology. But the reality is that it's more than maybe what other courses offer, because you notice I didn't bring up a textbook in this course. Everything is built into the Schoology course, everything they need, from an overview of the class to direct links to tools that they use, to instructions on some of the platforms that they have, to the different topics. And we don't say chapters, we say topics in our program. But each topic is a unit of study for algebra, and each thing has all the different pieces that they need. The answer keys for the home practice exercises or the easy practice exercises, the optional honors extensions should they choose to engage in that, the extra practice when they want to engage more and get ready for tests, and first and foremost, the topic guide. Coming back here, I'm going to move back into the presentation. What is the topic guide? Well, for each topic, you have a guide. There is no guesswork. They don't have to decide, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. They do, because things go in order. And for every topic, they know exactly what order they're supposed to be going in. And this guide becomes the first thing that they should download and stick into their old school binder so that they can just check off, yep, I'm exactly where I should be. It's 1, 2, 3. It is not, I'm going to do things out of order. And that tends to be what trips students up more than anything, is trying to go out of order. The first order of business in pretty much every new concept is watching the video. And if your daughter gets stuck on the video, I'm going to go into a side note. This may be an indicator of either she's not watching it correctly, not attentively enough, not engaging with it, maybe passively, or maybe more of a concern, there may be some underlying things from pre-algebra concepts that she has not yet mastered. And that might be a red flag. And that's something maybe you want to bring up with the teacher should your daughter be telling you, I don't understand the videos. We make assumptions that pre-algebra concepts have been mastered before entering algebra. Most often than not, it's about how well students are engaging with videos. So watching them actively as opposed to passively is the key to that. I have a cute little snapshot of a student who does engage with the video actively, takes notes, use color codes, uses some very just clever student techniques on engaging with the material, including taking the exercises and taking time and pausing the video to do the exercises. Just as an indicator, I enrolled in the course last year. One of the first videos I watched was supposed to be only 8 minutes and 52 seconds long. Took me 52 minutes to engage in that properly, take notes, stop and do the exercises myself, give myself a little thumbs up if I had done it, a little unhappy face if it wasn't quite as perfectly mastered. So you have these first entry. How fast are they supposed to be going through these topics? I have the steps, but how long does each step take? For every topic, the teachers have provided a guide for what the average student or what you could expect things to take. And that is it. It's really going to vary by student, but it is still a guide for how they should be using their time. And I think that using this as first as a benchmark to try to establish some goals, and then ultimately to using that pacing guide as, okay, does this work for me? Because one of the things they do is they set their own targets and they set their own goals once they get a better feel for how they work with the system. They have these videos. Each video leads to a series of exercises where they get to practice both individually and collaboratively in class on things that are a little bit more difficult. Then they also have access to direct instruction mini lessons that happen every week in the thing with several topics going through the system. So one of the things that they can check is, okay, where there are direct instruction units. So basically, they get a video, then they get applications and exercises that they get to practice with. When they're done with the whole topic, they're ready for the test. The first step is to say, hey, I want to take the test. But before they actually take the test, it's always good practice for them to use the tools and engage with the material that gets them ready. Saying, you using Go Formative, taking the test to see if they are ready, doing the flip grid, and doing the extra practice. These are all great recommendations. What if they get stuck? Well, in any class, a student can get stuck. And one of the first things that our department has done is understanding that sometimes you need help outside of class. And we have set and programmed 3 days a week after school hours where the teachers are available to support. They can also connect with their lead teacher. Each teacher supervises a smaller group of students, and they are more than welcome to set an appointment and connect with their lead teacher on stuff. Now, we've gone through all the elements of what's going on. How do you help your daughter? What do you do as a parent? Well, I'm going to say the first thing you do is you don't do math with her. The whole point of the program is that for her to develop the school tools and the resources to be successful in math on her own. And our expectation is never that you should be teaching math as somebody else. We as an extra teacher outside of school. You can ask questions, you can help guide, you can remind her of the different elements that you know of and speak cognitively, but ultimately your role as a parent here in high school is to support and to understand that success is not a linear line. It's messy, and that the kids will go through feelings of discomfort. It's not just in math, it's in everything. And they're going to be very good at sharing their stress with you. And your role as a parent is understanding that a lot of this is just a journey of learning, and that ultimately our goal is to have them understand that it is a journey. And I'm not going to say embrace the discomfort, but get comfortable with the knowledge that there is discomfort, but that discomfort leads to a reward, an ultimate reward in them feeling empowered and in them feeling successful. And then understanding that with a little bit of persistence, some grit, that can lead them to a whole new world of learning and a whole new understanding of how things work. That's our tutorial. Again, just under 10 minutes long. Thank you so much for sticking it out with us, and have a wonderful evening and happy maths.